I go at Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel from Sri Lanka. In this video, we will be exploring the beautiful capital city of Colombo, then doing the sightseeing in the beautiful and historic town of Sigiriya, and then finally seeing the iconic temples in the city of Dambulla. So stay tuned. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe, that really helps. Now let's start from the capital city of Colombo.
Welcome from Colombo.
Just landed in Sri Lanka, Colombo. First thing first, let's get the local eSIM and the local currency for our Sri Lanka trip.
Look at their currency. Like so colorful. And for $1, it's like 332 local rupees. And then like I learned something new today. Getting the eSIM from the local airport is much cheaper than any app I have been using so far. One word changes everything. For example, I asked the lady, how do I get to the fort area? And she was telling me, oh, go to the taxi counter and blah, blah, blah. But if you ask them, hey, no, how you would do it, the scenario totally changed. From about 8,000 local rupees to almost 500 local rupees. So I'm just gonna take the local bus and everything is gonna be so smooth. So see you in the fort area. So just checked in my hotel, freshened up, and it's in a walking distance from the Galle face, which is one of the main area in Colombo city. So people have been so nice and kind so far, honestly. You can feel the difference from country to country, anywhere you go. So for now, I'm going for, I think the place is called One Galle Face. So I'm gonna go there, you know, just chill and go to the food court, eat some good food hopefully, and then plan for tomorrow. I'll show you once I get there and then more of it from tomorrow. So far seems like any other mall we have in Lahore or Islamabad. Like it has a mix of everything for shoppers, for foodies, fashion and all. So after the dinner, just walking by the famous Galle Face. This is not exactly Galle Face, it's a part of Galle Face. And behind me, I don't know if you can still see it, is equally famous Lotus Tower, whose light just got turned off because it's 10 p.m. But the breeze is so good, so I'm just gonna take a first walk in. My first night in Colombo and Sri Lanka.
I am very excited and cannot wait to start my full day of exploring the city of Colombo.
Well, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Yeah, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Ain't no place gonna hold me when the road keeps rolling on. Woo.
You can see the streets are getting crowded now at the Pettah Market. And behind in the background, as I've been told, it's called Boji Raj Buddhist temple. So clearly there is a bus stop here, a tuk-tuk stop. So a lot of life, to be honest. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a railway station as well. So again in the Pettah Market, the shops just got denser. These are the garment shops mostly here. So I have learned 3 words so far from Sri Lanka language. First is Ayo Bhavan, it's like a welcome or greeting. Stuti means thank you. And Tunadda, Tunadda, because everyone is saying Tunadda, Tunadda for 1,000. Like Tunadda means 3. You can see hundreds of fruit vendors and vegetable vendors and tons of customers trying to get their organic food, giving me the same vibe as I would get back home in Pakistan, or I assume I have seen in India or Bangladesh. It's the same kind of vibe. Super crowded. It's actually getting crowded. It's not super crowded as of now, but I can anticipate a lot of people come here during the whole day. The best part of Pettah Market is when you see people here negotiating with the vendors. That can be very funny, to be honest. If you have experienced that in Asia, you would know. And that's a skill actually to have here when you're visiting any of the Asian countries. One thing I'm fascinated is Sri Lankan language. Can you see that? Like, it's so beautiful and kind of very artistic. Like, it's almost like a drawing or a calligraphy. And this is very normal day-to-day life writing. Inside the Pettah Market, there is this very beautiful architecture for the Jami Masjid for Muslims, the red masjid you can see right in the midst of the market. I'm going to try to go inside and see the architecture. I'm inside the Red Mosque in Colombo Fort area, and it is one of the must-see places. You must come inside. I would say after the temple, or like one is temple, second one is this mosque, 100%. The structure is so beautiful, the red architecture, and you can see like the school trips, kids from all kinds of faith are visiting here who are visiting Colombo.
A quick snack break before I continue to explore more of the fort area, its railway station, and much more. Colombo Fort was originally built by the Portuguese in the 16th century, before being expanded by the Dutch and later occupied by the British, making it the historic heart of Sri Lanka's capital.
This is another important building or noticeable building in the fort area. It's called Kargil building.
You really can't come to Sri Lanka without hopping into one of the tuk-tuks. It's country's most iconic way to get around the city. Next, I came to the Gangaramaya Temple, which is one of Sri Lanka's best known Buddhist temples, blending Sri Lankan, Thai, Indian, and Chinese architectural influences.
Once you come in this temple, you have to take off your shoes out of respect, buy the ticket, and then try to be as quiet as possible and be respectful. You can see devotees here paying their tribute. The locals have just enlightened me, like this is not as old as the Dambulla temple or Sigiriya. This is a new one and it has been built by the help of Japanese, Chinese.
Built in the late 1800s, Gangaramaya Temple has grown into one of Colombo's most significant religious and cultural landmarks.
See behind there, it's a museum area. You can see antique stuff being placed at the back side. These are all the antique cars they have exhibited here.
You will find Buddha statues throughout the temple, reflecting the central role of Buddhism in Sri Lankan culture. The temple's collection of Buddha statues has grown over the decades, making it one of Colombo's most distinctive Buddhist landmarks. One of temple's most striking features is its vast collection of Buddha statues, each representing different artistic styles and traditions. Rather than just a single shrine, Gangaramaya is a complex filled with hundreds of Buddha statues, relics, and sacred objects. Buddhist monks are highly respected in Sri Lanka, where nearly 70% of the population follows Buddhism. Meeting a Buddhist monk is a very common experience at Sri Lanka's temple. After a long and very exciting day in Colombo, I took my final ride to go see the sea view area where I was last night.
So behind me is the golf face green. I'm all burned for today, but it was a good day in Colombo. I'm heading to the new city now and see you there. For now, I'm just gonna walk around the golf face green and enjoy the cool breeze with the lunch. So thumbs up for Colombo City.
This is the very same spot I was last night for the dinner. During the daytime, it looks even more colorful and beautiful. Now saying goodbye to the capital city of Colombo and heading towards the bus stop to get the local highest bus, which costed me around 1500 local rupees. The journey is about 5 to 6 hours, and I will be heading towards now Sigiriya, which is more of a historic town. Took the bus from Colombo to Sigiriya. It took me about 4 hours and 1500 local rupees. And they dropped me by Dambulla. So, and the moment I landed, the local tuks were trying to tell me like the buses are finished for Sigiriya. Don't fall for that, wait for it, ask the locals. So I'm waiting for the bus because the difference is gonna be the tuk-tuk was asking me for 2000 local rupees versus the bus is just gonna take me 150 rupees. So stay alert for those kind of things when you're traveling in these places. Finally reached Sigiriya. This is my beautiful hotel for tonight and a room with no roommates and a private bath. A perfect place for a proper rest before a complete day of hiking.
Just came to the Sigiriya town an hour ago and checked into my hotel. And now I'm out here for the dinner in the Sigiriya downtown area. And I just realized this is a totally jungle place. Taking in some information how to get to the Loin Rock tomorrow. And the news is like I cannot walk there because there are wild animals, in particular elephants. So I'm still gonna figure out the plan. But this is my dinner for tonight. It looks delicious. Some vegetable thali, Sri Lankan style with chicken. So I have a big appetite right now. So I'm gonna relish it. See you tomorrow.
I cannot wait to start this exciting day now.
Probably this is the point which locals were scaring me off. So this is the area where frequent or like sometimes I want to say wild elephants attack may happen. So first I'm gonna go to Pidurangala Rock. And in here you can see the pools which are part of these two famous rocks. So these are the woods from where elephants appear. This is pure wild, my friends. I hope actually I see some elephants. I want to see some elephants, to be honest. Not the wild. Like they're gonna be wild, but in nature. But I hope they're not aggressive right now, because I want to capture them in the wild. Let's see how this experience goes today.
Walk from my hotel to this trail was no more than 10 minutes, and the Pidurangala Rock shouldn't be more than 25 to 30 minutes. Look at this beautiful trees, old trees here. Finally made it to the starting point.
Just got the ticket for Pidurangala. It wasn't that expensive, 1000 local rupees. But I have got some hike to do to get there. I hope it's not gonna
drained me too much for the day. It looks fine so far as it is in the shade. It's fun, man. Early morning exercise. Oh my god. No one warned me about this. This is crazy. Woo! Oh boy. I'm earning my view.
It gets really tricky just before the summit, but overall the hike is about 30 to 40 minutes. Once you are at the summit, you can enjoy the beautiful 360 view of Sigiriya, the jungle, make some friends, and just let the viewpoint sink in. While most of the visitors climb Sigiriya, many travelers consider Pidurangala the better viewpoint because it overlooks the iconic Loin Rock itself. Next, the entrance at the Loin Rock could be very expensive, but the people from SAARC countries can get some discount. Before climbing the famous Loin Rock, visitors pass through these beautifully designed water gardens that were built over 1500 years ago. Some of these fountains still work during the rainy season using ancient hydraulic engineering. These massive boulders you see here weren't just part of the landscape, they were cleverly incorporated into the fortress defenses and palace complex over 1500 years ago.
Going towards the Sigiriya Loin Rock. As you can see, the rock is clearly very intimidating, to be honest. And if you know the history, which I will be explaining in a minute, it's even more interesting. Just look at this gigantic stone, how it's sitting between two walls. My god, tons of weight. And this is clearly a resident spot in the history. So clearly this one is more paved, and I'm gonna go all the way up. So these are the gigantic loin paws, famous in Sigiriya. Wow. In Sri Lanka, they call it eighth wonder of the world.
Sigiriya gets its name Loin Rock from the gigantic loin that once guarded the entrance to the summit. Today, only its enormous paws remain. It is believed these final steps once passed through the mouth of colossal loin, creating one of the most dramatic entrances to a royal palace in the ancient world.
So I made it to the top, and this is the view from the top.
This summit was once home to King Kashyapa's royal palace, built in the 5th century after he moved his capital here in search of a nearly impregnable fortress.
You see monkeys here again. I was there a minute ago, Pidurangala Rock. Now I'm here. Look at these guys. They have the front seat all by themselves. So this is the 360 view from the top of Sigiriya Loin Rock. As you can see the whole Sigiriya jungle from here. It's super windy right here.
So, what's the story behind this famous rock? Just beside its advanced hydraulic systems. According to Sri Lankan chronicles, King Kashyapa seized the throne after overthrowing his father and built his fortress palace atop Sigiriya. fearing his exiled brother would one day return to reclaim the kingdom. About 18 years later, that is exactly what happened.
So this is the exit side, more scenic and seemingly more dangerous. It's super windy, my God. Just look at
As I say goodbye to the beautiful Sigiriya town, I head towards Dambulla now, using this local bus, which is filled with local school students. The Dambulla Cave Temple is one of Sri Lanka's most important Buddhist sites and has welcomed pilgrims for more than 2000 years.
this is the main attraction or center of point here.
The first thing you notice at Dambulla is this gigantic golden Buddha, an impressive introduction before climbing up to the 2000 years old cave temples. Just like many touristic countries, Sri Lanka also have high entry prices for foreigners.
So me climbing the stairs continue. I'm now climbing towards the Dambulla Cave Temple. Oh my God, my fitness is totally checked on this trip. And on the same day, I have got 3 big hikes. And behind me there are so many monkeys, by the way. So I probably have to put this down. What are you selling?
Mango, pineapple. You want?
Maybe later once I can't come back down then. Not now.
The temple sits high on a massive rock, and after climbing these steps, you are rewarded with one of the best preserved cave temples in Asia.
I go on Sri Lanka. At the temples, 5 cave temples. So I'm exploring each cave one by one. So this is the ancient inscription. Oh my God, who can read that? Wow. This is preserved here. So I'm entering into the first cave. It's Devaraja Vihara, King of Gods.
One of the highlights in these caves is this enormous reclining Buddha, carved directly into the rock, symbolizing the Buddha's passing into final nirvana.
I've just been told this is God Vishnu temple, Hindu temple. So this is the second cave in the series. It's called Maharaja Vihara, the Great King. This is the most largest cave among other caves in the Dambulla Cave Temple. There are 2 main entrances. When you enter from both of them, can appear same statues with same mudras. Among those, there are 39 statues which are sitting type. 16 only statues are standing type. Only 1 is a sleeping type.
These colorful ceiling paintings tell stories from the life of the Buddha and have been carefully preserved through generations. Across these 5 caves, there are more than 150 Buddha statues, along with centuries old murals covering almost every inch of the wall and the ceilings.
This is the third cave, Maha Alut Vihara, Great New Temple.
Unlike a traditional temple, this entire sanctuary is built inside natural caves that have been transformed into places of worship over centuries.
This is the fourth cave in the series. It's called Paschima Vihara, Western Temple. It has a small stupa, relatively small cave, but much more lit than the other ones. This is the last cave of the series, and its name is Devana Alut Vihara, which is the second new temple. It's relatively small than the second one, so let's go see this one as well.
Even after more than 2 millennia, this is not just a historic monument. It is still an active place of worship visited by thousands of pilgrims every year. Between the ancient cave shrines, vibrant murals, and peaceful atmosphere, it is easy to see why Dambulla has remained one of Sri Lanka's most treasured spiritual landmarks. Hope you enjoyed Colombo, Sigiriya, and Dambulla as much as I did. See you in the next video.